back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's another Monday, and there is 2 weeks left of the Melbourne lockdown. Apparently, they could extend it. I'm pretty sure they'll fucking extend it. But this state has exactly 2 fucking weeks of me being a decent citizen, or at least pretending to be a decent citizen. You got 14 fucking days. And then it's over. No more Mr. Nice Boyle. The beginnings of a little bit of upheaval are starting here. There's been protests in the outer suburbs. The police are really starting to crack down now. People are getting restless. And after a month of hard lockdown, your mind can start doing amazing things. It can start floating away a little bit. But the freedom fighters are coming out of the woodworks now, which is going to be interesting because lockdown's meant to finish on the 13th of September and the Freedom March is on the 5th of September. And don't get me wrong, I'm down for fucking freedom marches. But I wish they started it about 2 weeks ago. There's 8 days left of this lockdown. And now if these freedom marches go ahead and there's clashes with the police and there's a big turnout, now they have an excuse to extend the lockdown. Not only that, it will just become another way to divide the population even more than it's already divided. And it's pretty fucking divided. If you jump on Facebook now in Melbourne, it's fucking chaos. Maskers are clashing with non-maskers. Freedom fighters are clashing with snitches. Scientists are clashing with conspiracy theorists. Open micers are trashing pro-comedians. It's fucking chaos. I went for a drive today and the police were out in force. I had a legitimate reason for leaving the house though. I ran out of protein powder. I'm pretty sure that's one of the authorized emergencies. If I'm going to be honest, I didn't even run out of protein powder. I've still got some. I ran out of the flavor I like. And I'll tell you this just quickly. Here's an aside. Protein powder fucking works. Ever since I started upping my protein intake, my hips have shrunk. My belly's tightened up. I'm starting to get the rig that I always wanted. It's possible by summer I might be able to take my shirt off in public for the first time without shame and embarrassment. Well, there'll still be a little bit of shame and embarrassment, but not as much as normal. So the police were fucking out and about, and I was just doing a little bit of calculations. I was looking at the amount of cars on the road, and I was looking at the number of police. They can't stop everyone. You've got to be real fucking unlucky to get stopped. And if you get stopped, so be it. I mean, they wouldn't even be stopping 1 out of 200, 300 cars. There's no fucking way. Anyway, that's it. They've got 2 more weeks. I'll be a decent citizen for 2 more fucking weeks. But anything after that, I am fucking done. In 2 weeks, I do not give a fuck anymore. I'm not wearing a mask anymore. They can fuck that off. They can fine me. I won't pay the fines. Just keep fining me. Fine me, fine me, fine me. I will not be paying the fines, and I'll flee the country. And if they say you can't flee the country unless you pay the fines, then I'll get a credit card and pay the fines and not pay the credit card. Either way, I am not paying those fucking fines. And at the end of 2 weeks, I'm done. Anyway, that's not what you're all here for today, is it? You remember what day it is? It's a Monday. Everyone loves Monday. Who loves Monday? Everyone. Because Monday means it's Hypothetical Mondays. I don't like Mondays. Tell me why. Hypothetical Mondays. Tell me why. Hypothetical Mondays. I'm gonna shoot. Ooh, 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 ooh. The whole day down. Now, as usual, I haven't had a lot of activity on the hypothetical front. It was another very quiet week on the hypotheticals. So I've had to come up with my own hypothetical again. And here it is. Hypothetical number 22, I think it is. 22 fucking weeks I've been dragging this segment out. Fucking hell. Alright, here is my hypothetical for this week. So a while back I had a dream. This was the dream. I was in a burning house, a house fire. And it was on the edge of a cliff. And there was absolutely no way I could get out of this house fire. And so I had the choice whether I would burn to death in the house fire or jump off the cliff. And I went to the cliff, and the cliff was pretty high, but it looked like I probably would have survived the fall. It was really high, but the chances were like maybe 60-30. 60% I'd die, 30% I'd survive, and 10% on the way down I would realize I'm in a dream and I'd start lucid dreaming and go for a fucking fly and just fly around and see the view. So in the dream, I'm like, that's a pretty easy decision. I'll just jump off the cliff. I'll land in the water and that's all fucking cool. And I look back at the burning house and I go to the edge of the cliff and I have another look into the ocean and I realize that the ocean is fucking boiling. Some lava has arrived from somewhere right in the spot I'm going to land and it's just boiling up the ocean and you can see the fucking orange of the lava. And then I realize I'm truly fucked. I'm dead either way. The house fire's creeping up on me. The ocean's boiling. The lava's there. And I've got a decision to make. In the dream, I jumped over the edge and I survived. I don't know how I survived. I forget. So the hypothetical is, would you rather burn to death in a house fire or boil to death in ocean water? Would you rather be barbecued or boiled? So the hypothetical isn't exactly like the dream. I'm not going to survive this one. I have to choose. There's no hope. And I can't take into consideration jumping off the cliff, which is a little bit of a thrill before you die, and hopefully getting knocked out on the landing. I can't take that into consideration. I just have to be cooked, burnt alive, or boiled to death. Fuck. Both of them are a nightmare. That's the sort of fucking pain you just can't fucking deal with. We used to do smileys when we were younger. This is what smileys are. This is how dumb you are when you're like 13. So you heat up a lighter and you hold it as long as you can until it's fucking red hot burning. And then you hold it into your arm as long as you can. Now I did one and I knew it wasn't a good idea at the time. I'm like, this is dumb, but I'm 13 and what else is there to do really? So I did it. I held it to my arm. It blistered up. It left a scar for a little while and then the scar went away. One of my other mates, he held the lighter on for like fucking 2 months. He waited for the gas to burn out and then held it on his arm and it basically went into his flesh and it looks like a fucking bullet wound. It still looks like a fucking bullet wound. But I remember that and I was like, nah, not into it. And also, last night I was washing the dishes and turned the cold water tap off first and washed my hands in the hot water and even that was too hot. So I don't know where I'm going with this one. Which one happens fastest? That's the only way you can do it. Barbecued. Oh, fuck that. Fire. Is there any way to get through that? I watched this thing once. Gary Shandling. I think he was like a Buddhist or something. I think he was doing an interview with Sharon Stone or something like that. They were like good friends. And Gary Shandling was talking about a Buddhist monk teacher he knew or something. And this Buddhist monk had only like 2 fingers on one hand and 3 fingers on the other hand. Because what he would do is he would get into a deep state of meditation and he'd wrap his finger in fabric and then set it on fire and meditate through his finger burning off. That's how much control he had over pain. Just the idea of that has stuck with me ever since. But I'm no monk, that's for fucking sure. Let's go with... I'm gonna say that's almost a fucking dead heat. What I don't want is the gods to hear this, and then when I get to hell, they're like, alright, you're burning to death. I need to reverse psychology the gods, because I know they're listening. Alright, I'm gonna say burn to death. And I'm only saying that to reverse psychology the gods. I would probably rather be boiled to death, I'm gonna be honest with you. Now the gods know I tried to trick them. When I get to hell, they'll be like, oh yeah, here's some hot water and here's some flame. We're going to set you on fire and then we're going to put you out in boiling hot water. How does that sound, smartass? And I'll be like, how long am I here for? Eternity. I'm like, how long is eternity? Because I'm not sure if I can handle that for eternity. I'm not sure I can even handle that one go. I can't do that for one go. And how long does a go take? Like a minute? How many goes of that do I have in an eternity? Man, I should have been better when I was on Earth. That's what I'm going to be thinking. Fuck. Why didn't they just fucking tell me? Just tell me to be good. Yeah, they did the whole time. The whole time you're on Earth, they said, be good. All right, well, fucking, you should have made it clearer. I would have listened if I knew this was going to happen. All right, that's it. That's my hypothetical for today. If you're enjoying the podcast, share it with your friends. Send me in some fucked up Friday stories. Send them into my social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And I'll see you the fuck later.